Watch until the end to find out how this fantastic story concludes and how intimacy and faithfulness to God changed Job's life. In the vastness of time and space emerges a story that transcends the limits of human knowledge, a narrative that echoes through the ages, connecting generations on the journey of self-discovery and overcoming. At the heart of this narrative is a man whose journey embodies the struggle against life's adversities, Job. Job, a man of unwavering integrity, faced the most severe trials that existence could throw at him. His story is not just a tale of suffering, but a testimony of courage, faith, and perseverance in the face of the deepest tribulations. Job was a prominent man in the land of Uz, known for his integrity, fear of God, and generosity. He was blessed with a large family, vast flocks of sheep, camels, cattle, and a large number of servants. His house was a place of feasting and celebration, where he gathered with his family to worship and thank God for his abundant blessings. However, one day, a series of tragedies shook Job's life. In a terrible blow, raiders invaded his properties, stealing his flocks and killing his servants. Shortly thereafter, a violent wind knocked down the house where his children were gathered, killing them all instantly. Job was devastated, but his faith remained unshaken. In addition to the material losses, Job was also afflicted with a painful and debilitating disease, covering his body with sores and ulcers. He was abandoned by his friends, who accused him of having sinned against God to deserve such punishment. Even his wife, desperate with suffering, urged him to curse God and die. Nevertheless, Job refused to abandon his faith. He cried out to God for answers, questioning the reason for his suffering, but never renouncing his trust in the Lord. He expressed his anguish and despair in deep lamentation, but always recognizing God's sovereignty over all things. During his suffering, Job had encounters with his friends, who tried to interpret his misfortune as a consequence of some hidden sin. However, Job vehemently defended himself, maintaining his innocence before God. He persisted in his quest for truth and justice, even when confronted with incomprehension and unspeakable suffering. In the end, after enduring intense trials, Job received God's answer. The Lord spoke to him in the midst of a storm, revealing his greatness and sovereignty over the universe. Job was humbled before the divine presence, acknowledging his insignificance and limitations before the Creator. God restored to Job everything he had lost, doubling his wealth and blessing him with a new family. Job lived for many years after his trials, witnessing God's faithfulness and care in all areas of his life. His story continues to inspire and challenge believers to this day, reminding them of the importance of unwavering faith and trust in the Lord, even in the most adverse circumstances. In the face of life's storms, Job did not bow to bitterness or despair. He remained steadfast in his faith, even when all around him abandoned him. His faith was not just a shield against adversity, but an anchor that sustained him in the moments of greatest despair. The sacred words teach us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Amidst the chaos, Job found strength in the certainty that his suffering was not in vain, but part of a larger plan, whose purpose transcended his human understanding. Job's story reminds us that pain and suffering are inevitable on life's journey, but what truly matters is how we respond to these trials. We can choose to succumb to despair, or we can find strength in adversity, turning our weaknesses into strengths. Job's perseverance invites us to question our own beliefs and values, to examine our lives in search of meaning and purpose. In times of tribulation, we may feel lost and helpless, but it is in those moments that we discover our true inner strength. Job's words resonate through the centuries, offering us guidance and inspiration in our own challenges. He reminds us that true greatness does not reside in the absence of suffering, but in the ability to overcome it with grace and dignity. Job's story is not just a tale from the past, but a timeless lesson about the nature of faith and human resilience. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, we can find light and hope if we maintain our unwavering faith. Just as Job found strength in his faith, we too can find strength in our own beliefs and values. In times of doubt and despair, we can turn to the sacred words for guidance and comfort, reminding ourselves that we are never alone on our journey. Job's story is one of redemption and rebirth, a powerful reminder that even in the toughest times, there is always the possibility of a new life and a fresh start. As we face our own challenges, may we find inspiration in Job's story and the promise of renewed hope. May we learn from Job the importance of maintaining our unwavering faith, even in the most difficult times. May we find strength in adversity and courage to keep moving forward, knowing that, like Job, we can overcome all the trials that life throws at us. May Job's story inspire us to pursue truth, justice, and righteousness in all areas of our lives, knowing that in the end, the reward for our faith and perseverance will be great. May we follow Job's example and find meaning and purpose even in the most challenging moments of our lives. Amen. Subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. Leave your prayer request or comment below. Like and share this video to reach more people. God bless.